Well, rolling.
Yeah,
Yeah, well, rolling.
yeah, fam. Oh, I don't really have anything positive to say about the chapter, to be fair. Well, what's your opinion of the chapter?
Um, what I would, I don't, I like the ending. Um, I think the ending is pretty cool. Um, yeah, it's a cool panel. Pretty not smart from the Straw Hats, but I guess it's competent from them because I know that's something that you kind of
Well, you're jumping straight to the end. That's crazy.
or some stuff in the beginning.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's how usually I would do it, but we could do it faster, innit?
Okay. Uh,
Look at Sanji, fam. It's a bit deep. Like Sanji sending letters. I didn't even know at first it was
oh,
Sanji. This guy is just
I didn't even
sending
read
letters to
this.
Nami, fam.
This
How you
one
be
I was
sending letters to your
trying.
crewmate who is supposed to be fam? You know, that's one thing I don't care about. So, I swear,
I
well,
didn't
I
even see him in the
swear
back.
the crew's
I
meant
didn't
to
even see him.
see.
He's in the window.
Oh, see, I didn't even clock.
No, no, he's in the window. Look.
You didn't tell me. Look at this guy. Come, you be here, man. Oh, I didn't even see him at the window. Look at him, this waste, man. Yeah, fam. I swear, I swear they were the Straw Hat Crew are meant to be like family. Hey, this guy trying to move to someone who's considered family, fam. Yeah, I don't understand people, fam. Yeah, fam. But
A cow serves Nami a late night mug of warm milk while she works on her seed charts. Okay, what? So it's. I guess they're talking about the incident with Garp.
look at Shank's kid, fam.
Is that
Big
confirmed?
bro
That's
Luffy.
Shank's kid.
No, it's not confirmed, but
Because we can't tell because we can't see the hair color. If it had red hair, then we know it's Shanks' kid.
but we know it's colored because it's white. We know it's
Yeah.
definitely not black. So, uh, but that's yeah, it's not confirmed yet. But pretty much.
Shanks out here, just doing his thing with the women and that.
Like,
Um,
yeah, but yeah, I'm just glad that Garth is not dead yet. You know what I mean?
but
Okay,
if so, they found out. So the world have found out about Garp
mm,
already. So it looks like
mm.
this incident with Garp and the Blackbeard Pirates. Do you think this is before Egghead, during Egghead, or after Egghead?
Not what? Say that again.
So the incident with Garp and the Blackbeard Pirates.
Yeah.
Did that incident happen while during Egghead Island, before Egghead Island?
Yeah. It was because obviously Egged is still carrying on in it,
Yeah,
so it was
it's
definitely
current, yeah.
during in it. Yeah.
But then if
I
it's
think it was all
during,
happening at the same time.
but if it's during, how comes the whole world seems like they already know what happened to Garp, but the stuff with Egghead hasn't? No one really knows about that. From what I'm, or do people in the world already know what
They-
happened at Egghead?
yeah, they know because
Yeah, yeah,
Morgan just put out like the headline saying that thingy
yeah. But isn't that
Egged
kind of
Island under
confusing?
siege, innit?
Because
Yeah, you know how he does his thing. My man thinks it's Christopher Nolan, fam, doing all the what do you call it, fam? When he's changing the
yeah,
timelines and
I
stuff
don't
like
get
that,
it
fam.
because
Yeah, my man thinks it's Christopher
I
Nolan, fam.
don't know
Allow
what's current and what's
it.
like
You
past
know what I
tense and
mean?
what's future tense.
Yeah,
If
like
Egghead is actually, that's the actual current, um that's the current time, then that means what happened to Garp should have been past. That means that happened before Egghead,
no, I don't think
because it
I don't
shouldn't
think
have
it
been
happened
happening at the same
before.
time. Because how is Morgan's getting all this information as it's playing out, like he's recording it and showing it to the world, like it's live, like it's on YouTube live?
It's moving. Yeah, I see what you mean. Like, yeah, but I don't even know. Yeah, I don't even know, fam. It's this non-linear structure thing
Yeah,
here. Yeah.
I'm not too
But
fast.
yeah, my man
I'm
thinks
not
it's
too fussed
Christopher
about it,
Nolan
but
stuff.
it's
Yeah, I'm not.
doing it
Yeah,
right.
I don't care. To be fair, I don't care what's like the structure of it, and I don't really care about the structure in it. As long I'm just reading,
Yeah.
but I don't really care what's after, what's before. You know what I mean?
Yep.
That's just me. I don't pay attention to that one. Um, yeah, I don't pay attention to it much.
And
But
then
yeah,
I guess this is the main meat of the story, um, with the island and how it's affecting the rest of the world. I don't really get it because while I was reading and they
mm,
were saying, I said with the tsunamis and all of these natural disasters, okay, that I think that can happen during like events like this. I don't know how the world works, but like for example, if they take away the moon, when you see it in movies, when the moon has been taken away,
yeah,
things
yeah,
start
yeah,
happening with the seas and the currents and
yeah,
stuff
yeah,
like that.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
But
yeah.
with an island getting taken away, normally isn't the
So
sea
it's
level
caused.
meant to go down instead of going up?
Yeah, I don't know either, but it says the earthquake, innit? So what happened to that island caused the earthquake. So this is happening due to the earthquake, and the earthquake is happening due to what happened to the island. So when you think about it, what's happened? The island got erased, and then an earthquake took place, and
Yeah.
then because of the earthquake, that's how the sea levels are rising. So it's not directly an island was erased and then the sea levels are rising, but it's rather the island was erased, then the earthquake, then the sea level rising. So at least
Okay,
that makes
that
sense. That
makes more
makes
sense.
thing. Yeah.
When I was
But
chatting to
I don't know
Kwame
if
about this,
that's factually correct either, though.
it
That's
may
the
not
thing.
be, but
Yeah.
it makes more sense than what me and Kwame were discussing before. Because I was talking to him before. This was at my place, and we were talking about it.
Yeah.
And he was saying how so how the island being erased has raised the sea level. But I was like, that's not how water works. It's meant to be the opposite, where you take an object out of water and it's meant to decrease the level. So what you said makes more sense than what we were saying, because what we were
Yeah,
saying
yeah. It's
makes no
pretty
sense.
much what's in the chapter. Humans are two
Yeah,
PC,
yeah,
man.
yeah. We're done. We're done. We're done.
Yeah. It's not even dumb that you just don't read, fam, because it's in the chapter.
Yeah,
So
bro.
I
I'm
say
done.
you are TP. It's not because you lot are dumb. You lot are not reading the chapter because what I just said is in the chapter. Do you
Yeah.
know what I mean? But yeah, so it's pretty interesting, isn't it? Hopefully something comes out of it and um it's not just like it's not just like an event that's happened, but there's like no consequences for it. Like, the sea levels are rising. Maybe it's not supposed to be, fair enough. But I'm just hoping that this has a greater effect on the story than just the fact that the sea levels are rising.
Mm,
Do you get what I mean? Um, but I wouldn't be surprised if, like, it's almost for me, it's impossible to believe that Oda, someone who doesn't kill off characters, will basically kill off an entire population of innocent people. Like, it's so bad that Oda, like, during the conflict that was happening in Wano, it was so bad to the point that he decided to make sure that the people in Wano weren't aware of the conflict that was happening on Onigashima. So he's the type of guy that will do that. So for me to believe that the people of Lulusia were erased, it's just not convincing for me. I know I've been using the word convincing lately, you know what I mean? Because it's so important to buy into whatever tragic event that's going on. But One Piece doesn't have that power, doesn't hold that power over me anymore. Do you
mm,
get what I mean? So me seeing this event here does not like does not say to me that, oh damn, I can't believe this has happened. Do you know what I mean? Like my heart, like my mind does not believe it. Do you get what I'm saying?
yeah.
So it's like this is like a non-event to me. Do you know what I mean? It's
So
just a spectacle
let's
for me.
just say,
Yeah.
he didn't kill them off. What do you think happened?
Yeah, I couldn't care less. I don't really feel right. I don't do theories. Like I don't theorize like that. I can't even lie. I just read and I don't do
Just
theory.
read bit
I'm
by bit.
reading. I'm reading to be impacted by the story. I'm reading for the story, like to be hooked,
Mm,
to see like conflict and to see consequences going on. Do you know what I mean? To see the Straw Hat struggle convincingly, like proper struggle, not anything forced or fake. You know what I mean? Like that's what I'm reading, and I'm just in the moment. So, but when I start to theorize and things like that, it takes me out at the moment. That's not my thing.
mm,
Do you know what I mean? So I don't know where they've gone, but the way I see it, there's no way they've been erased. Do you get what I mean?
yeah,
There's no way. And yeah, and if they were erased, I mean that would be massive. That's like you've got to take the world government as a threat, because currently I still don't see the world government as a threat. Because for me, they haven't been the world government. They haven't been a threat since the beginning of chapter one of One Piece. And eventually,
so
and the
you're
next
basically
time
trying to say
we
the
see
world
them,
government haven't been a threat throughout the whole series.
throughout the whole series they haven't been a threat, and so therefore, um and the next time we see them, this is pretty much the final saga, and this is their saga. Basically, they're meant to come
Mm.
out with obviously all of their strongest sort of forces need to come out, and then do you know what's funny? They're going to lose. The first time we see them go all out, they're gonna lose. Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean? They're gonna lose. So it's like, yeah, you've lost, and then it's your own saga, you lose again. You know what I mean? So
Yeah,
yeah, but so if they actually did erase this island, like proper deleted, then I'll be like, oh yeah, so that's a threat, But you know what? This is never going to be used on any island that would make me feel a sense of loss. So for example, they would never use this in East Blue, where Garp's family, Luffy's family are, or where Luffy, the people that Luffy cares about. It will never be used on those islands. You get what I mean?
yeah.
It
Would
was
never
used
be.
on these islands
Would
of
have to be
people that we don't
islands
care
that
about.
yeah, that no one cares about.
Yeah,
That's
exactly. We
normally
don't.
how a
I
lot
don't care
of
about this island.
people kill characters. They'll kill a character that you have no attachment to.
Exactly. Like, do you know what I mean? That's why that
Well,
that
he
that.
did kill Ace and he did kill Whitebeard, even though I
Yeah,
don't
that
say
that was
there's an
brilliant.
attachment to
Yeah, that was
Whitebeard.
brilliant. Yeah, that was necessary, and that was that was the kind of death that was needed. Do you know what I mean? But you know, I'm just waiting to see who else is gonna kill off at the end of the saga. That we actually have an attachment to, and that actually has um grave sort of consequences to the story.
Mm.
But yeah,
But you know,
yeah,
this panel hell, do you think that's due to the fact it's the island is just being erased, not decimated? Because it looked like what Emu done, however he done it, whether that was his power or he used a weapon. Um, did he erase it in sense of he's destroyed it with power, or he's literally just removed it entirely?
yeah, that's the thing. Like, this
Because
would
it
mean
doesn't
I'll have
seem
to
like there's any
theorize.
debris or anything of the
Yeah,
sorts.
yeah. I mean, this would mean I'll have to theorize, but I
Yeah.
pretty much don't care whether it's deleted or removed or whatever. I don't really care at the moment. What I would want personally is if it was complete, like complete destroyed.
Mm,
So, but like I said, I don't believe Oda is the type to kill off a population. Do you know what I'm saying?
yeah.
I don't believe he's got the balls to do that. And so therefore, I don't think the island was decimated. Do you get what I mean? But I don't know what it could have been. I don't know what that mother flame, what I don't know what it did. Do you get what I mean? But and I just don't believe that Oda has the balls to actually, do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
The only time he did it was flashbacks with O'Hara.
Which flashbacks,
Yeah,
it's a bit easier to do that.
yeah, it's a bit
Not real
easier, you
time.
know what I mean? And even do you know what I mean? So
Okay. But uh Yeah, I guess some islands are getting flooded. I don't know how long this rising of the
Sea level.
sea level is
Yeah,
gonna last
yeah.
for.
It would have been good though, like to it would have been good to see the sort of like maybe it's not that deep, but if the sea level had risen to the point where we see actually people in the island struggling, some people, that would have been good to see.
They do
Do you know what
show
I
that,
mean?
no? They mention.
No, but yeah, but nothing
Oh,
of real consequence actually
okay.
happened. Like you can see here, everything's flooded, but everybody's on the boat. Do you know, we're seeing the after effects. Do you
So
know what I'm
you want to
saying? We're
see
seeing
it
the after
what, real
effects.
time?
I, not even raw time. Even if you take us back, not even raw time, but even if you were to take us back for a flashback, just to see people actually dying from it, not dying necessarily. I don't
But
want
how they're
dying
reacting
doesn't
to it
mean
in at that
how
point.
they're reacting to it, and how they're reacting to it. People actually doing things to save the people that are drowning. To actually see the effects of sea levels rising. Do you get what I mean? Like just like what we saw in Water Seven.
Mm, okay. And then now we're at Egghead. Um, yeah, I still think this whole thing. I know we're in the way I kind of this this Vegapunk. What's her name again?
York.
York. Her whole plan of becoming a celestial by basically being a snitch for the world government is so dumb. It's like
How is it done?
it's just maybe because I've seen it in so many other series or movies before where
Yeah,
they say,
yeah, yeah,
"Ah,
yeah.
yeah, if I do this, will you make me royalty or would you make me one of you?" That stuff never works. But it's just dumb because what makes you think you could become a celestial dragon just by being a snitch? She's not even like a real human being. Like she's what, like a robot or something. I don't know. Android. So you think
Nobody knows, fam.
I don't
I
know
don't understand
what,
Vegapanks,
but
man.
whatever. What you think you can become a celestial from just basically being like young gunner, like what a snitch, what 6ix9ine. We're gonna make
I'm
you a
done.
celestial. Like, do you know what a celestial is? Of course,
You
they're
know what I
gonna
mean,
stab in the
fam?
back. They're even trying to kill her now.
Yeah, fam, because it's a blood thing. I like celestial is a blood thing. They
It's a
were
blood thing.
obviously going to betray her, but you have to
But I
but you have to
assume
take it from her perspective.
she.
From
What's
her
her perspective?
perspective, she believed. No, from her perspective, she could be made into a celestial dragon. But then again, we're expecting her to be wiser and a bit smarter than that.
Yeah,
You
but
know what I
do you
mean?
think her trait being like a glutton is why she's maybe not?
Is that
Yeah,
her
like she's
sort
gluttony.
of trait? Yeah, she's gluttony. Yeah,
So
yeah.
maybe
So
that trait about her,
yeah, yeah, exactly. That totally
because
makes
I
sense.
would
That
look
has
at
to
all
be
of the
it.
other Vegapunks and think you are not dumb enough to think that this would happen from this.
Mm. No, yeah, that has to be it. You know what I mean?
And
She wants more.
in my opinion, because it's so dumb, especially in this stage of the story, I don't know if this stage of the story makes a difference to her thought process. It probably shouldn't, but it just kind of makes her seem like a plot device just to kind of get the plot moving in a certain direction, which isn't necessarily a bad thing, but it's because her whole idea is so dumb. It's just
Yeah,
earthly.
she has yeah, no, it is a bad thing because she ain't got any personality. She ain't got any sort of well when you think about it, her desire was to become a celestial dragon. So she did in fact have a personality. She did have a character.
Yeah, she's got a
Um
personality. She's got a character.
but it wasn't explored, it wasn't really explored much.
Yeah,
It was literally just a subplot. Um so you could say she was only a plot device and it didn't feel like we would actually follow this character. It didn't feel like authentic. So at the end of the day, all you can really take from it is the fact that she was a plot device, just a means,
yeah.
just a means to an end.
But whatever, man.
But I think, yeah. I wasn't really expecting much.
Yeah, I wasn't expecting,
Do
but
you know
it's
what I
because
mean?
they kind of made it such a thing. The mystery on who the bad Vegapunk is, or the Vegapunk that's
Yeah.
leaking
Yeah.
secrets, and then we find out she was the Vegapunk. Like, oh, okay, this is pretty interesting. And for her to kind of have this is my reasons for it is like, come on, man, like, come on.
I mean, a celestial dragon does have power, um, I think in this at this point in the story, they're losing their power, fam. They don't even have food. They're running out of food. Man.
Yep.
There's not much of power there. You know what I mean? So I feel like for me, things like this, I wish she had succeeded, and
Mm,
then I wish she had succeeded and they actually made her a celestial dragon, but then her greed ends up coming up short because it turns out that where the celestial dragons are actually losing their power.
yeah.
Do you get what I mean? They could you could have pushed it even further. Do you get what I mean?
Yep.
So, but I'm not complaining really. I wasn't really expecting much. It's just more of a subplot, like you said, just a means to an end for her.
What do you think of the narrator just explaining the that how big the fleet?
Yeah, I can't like I was saying, I hate this non-linear structure here, you know, um where all the things is Christopher Nolan. I mean, you know what I mean? Because then I don't really like the narrators, but what can I say?
I
It's
like
one
narration.
way, yeah.
Yeah, I like narration.
I like seeing things
Yeah,
present time
you
as they
wanna
are.
you don't
Do
want
you
it
know
to
what I
be
mean?
spoon fed to you. You wanna see it for yourself.
Exactly. You know what I mean? I don't like exposition being done in this way, but
I like exposition dumps
it's this kind of medium. Now, obviously exposition is important, but I'm just saying I don't like exposition being done in this way. I like characters saying things in a real way, in a more
But what about
realistic
if they're
way
doing it
and giving the
sparingly?
information.
Because he
Huh?
doesn't use the narrator like often. It's a bit more sparingly when
Yeah. No,
important enough.
that's true as well. That's true as well. But when he does use it, I tend to just not like it.
Mm.
I'd rather have characters say that also we have 20 great warships and we have this, do you know what I mean? Rather than that.
Don't you think that's a
But
bit
you know,
more
it's a
unnatural?
manga, it's a no, that's it's more natural. It's how you say it, it's how you have your characters say it. Do you
Because
know what I
don't you
mean?
think sometimes when there's exposition dumps from characters, it feels
Yeah.
in
So it's all
if this
about
was real,
execution.
this you wouldn't be telling me this whole plot like this. You know, like okay, let me use an example. You know, like in tournament arcs where
Yeah.
they're telling you exactly like in the people in the crowd are telling you exactly what this person who's fighting is thinking and doing. Like we can't see them doing it ourselves. You know what I mean? So it feels a bit
Yeah.
unnatural.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. It's all about execution, isn't it?
Mm,
Um, it's all about execution. So, for example, one of the ways um, you could have said this particular panel that we're on here
yeah.
is, I'm just giving an example, is have one of the Marines contacting the Straw Hats, telling them to surrender, saying, Straw Hat, you better surrender. We have about 20 great warships here. You have no chance of winning. That's exposition where we find out more about the ships, how many ships they have. Do you
Mm,
know what I mean? But it's done in a more in a sort of realistic way, in a more natural way. Do you get what I mean? So
yeah.
it's all about how you execute it. Though at the end of the day, I'm not really too fussed about the narration. Do you get what I mean? I'm not too fussed about it. It's the medium that he's using, and he's someone who likes to go back and forth with time. You know, he's got this non-linear way of telling his story, so it is what it is. So I guess it works.
So with the when how the narrator is describing the fleet, what relevance do you think that has? Is that to kind of show the power or to show what the straw hats are potentially up against?
Yeah, but the
Or
thing
like,
is, we've already known though. We've known how many ships. Like that, I think the reason why he's saying it again because we haven't been back at Egged Island in a while because we've been dealing
do
with
you know what I think?
dark stuff.
What do you
Do you know
think
what I mean?
about
Because
this?
we've already known about this.
Do you think they've now done this because sometimes it feels like they do this just so they use it as a potential feat, so we know okay, the straw hats are in a quote unquote impossible position and how they meant to
Yeah.
overcome this, just for them to overcome it. So we know it's like they've
Yeah,
done
that's what I'm
something.
saying. We don't need this info. We don't need this information
Mm.
twice. Do you know what I mean? Because I think the first time when we heard that they were coming, they already info dumped the fact that there's 30,000 Marines coming. Do you get what I mean? And but the reason why he's dumped this again using the narrator is because we're just coming back to Egghead Island. So he just feels like maybe he feels the need to sort of
Do you
repeat this
know how many
information so we
people
remember.
were? How many people did Luffy take down with his conquest haki at Fishman Island? Was it 10,000 people?
50,000,
Was it
50,000.
50,000?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
And which is a fair point because which is a fair point. Right now the distance between the Marines and Luffy is kind of far, so we don't know if he can do it. And number two, if he could do it, if they did land and if he could do it, he's taken out at least 25, he's taken out at least 29,000 and and 900 and 900 and
You're actually doing the
90,
maths. Mad.
90 93.
You've actually counted what the vice admirals, right? You counted the vice
Yeah, wait,
admirals.
hold on. There's at least 10 vice admirals. So that's 200 and what? 990. Yeah. Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, um, yeah, so that's 29,990. I don't know if I got that right, but no, but then
I
obviously
think
that's
there's
10 vice
7 vice
admirals.
admirals, no?
No, but anyway,
There's 7
I'm
vice
just saying.
admirals. There's SJ and there's Kizaru. So what? That's like
Yeah,
9.
yeah. So I'm just saying 10, but and then SJ then. So when you actually think about it, Luffy should be able to drop most of them and then the fight out
Do you think?
easy. You know
Do
what
you
I
think
mean?
his
So,
conquest
but he's
haki
not going to do that.
could could be that wide?
But that's the thing. I don't know. We know that Shanks can use. I don't know how my man was using Haki as a microphone to speak to Greenbow, who was flipping in one and he was
I don't know
alone.
how that
You
even
know what I
works.
mean? But
What kind of
but
magic
but
was
but
that?
then again, it's not that deep. Daryl will tell you. You know what I mean? So
Mm-hmm.
you can't be complaining about these things, or you get
Little
said,
things
"Oh, it's
there.
not that deep. It's not
But
that
that's a
deep."
big thing though, because how is
Of
Shanks
course,
talking
it's a
to
big
Green
thing.
Ball through haki? What is he talking to him through
Exactly.
haki? Is he using a
He's
microphone?
explaining it.
Man
He's
is not even on
explaining.
the island. What's going on?
I lie. Microphone hacky, fam. Yeah, crazy, fam.
A branch of
You know what I
observation,
mean?
probably.
Speaker. You know what I
So
mean?
okay, do you think Sentomaru, because you know when people are saying Sentomaru and Kizaru are potentially related, do you think he's only using the terms uncle and and grandpa like in a respectful way?
I wish it was more personal than that because then we can get a little bit
Because
more
he's
of
now referred to Vegapunk as uncle as grandpa, no?
or does he? Does
I think
Sentomaru refer to
yeah, I think he said Gramps, but I don't know
yeah, Gramps, yeah. It's probably just out of respect, but
out of respect.
I wish the relationship between her and him, I don't know,
A bit more
what is
personal.
Sentomaru, fam? Um, yeah, I wish the relationship between Sentomaru and Kizaru were actually
It was a bit more, yeah,
blood related, so we can have a bit of sort of emotional, sort of like an emotional
a bit
thing
more of
going
a
on
bond.
between them two,
A bit.
a
It
bit
feels like
more of a
it's a bit more
bond,
of a
and
stronger bond there.
yeah, so we can get a bit more personal. I want it to be a bit more
Yeah,
personal
you so
between them
9
two.
Vice Admiral, sorry.
Nine vice admirals, yeah. Um, we know Shanks' hack is so powerful he can even drop several admirals as well. So um, and what 50,000 that was at Fishman Island. The fact that Luffy awakened he's now Yonko level. I'm
Yeah,
assuming he can
but
probably drop about 100,000.
mm,
Do you know what I mean? You know what I mean?
sorry.
So
Look at this man's face. What is
now
Oda
look at
doing
that.
with the character designs? What's going on?
Look at that. I
One,
was even
two, three.
congratulating Oda for look at the variety of those faces. Look at that
This
neck,
guy's
bro.
got 4 chins, 5 chins.
Man's got 5 chins, fam.
He looks like the
5 chins.
worms, like the game Worms.
Nah, I don't know it still.
He looks like one of the worms from the game.
Nah, he just looks he fucking hell,
This
fam.
woman looks like
Miss Barkin, fam.
Thingy looks like he's Thingy's mum. Um,
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Was it Miss Barkin, fam?
is it Barker?
Weaver's
What's his
mum.
name?
Weaver's mum, innit?
Weevil's mum. Yeah.
Yeah, fam. Look at her, fam. It's crazy. But I like characters like you see the characters with the hat that says Marine too. I like characters that look like this because they look interesting to me. You know what I mean?
Mm.
So character on the left, and then even the character that looks like a flipping whatever, fam.
I think
I like
the
I like
I
characters like I
know.
also
I
like
think I
characters on
know
the
this
left
guy on
here.
the left. I know
I think
this
you've
guy as well.
seen
He
him.
can
Look at
box a
his
ball.
chin though. But that's the characters that are that look interesting. That's what's appealing about Oda's drawings, isn't it? He just does
Until
this
you find out.
crazy characters.
Until you find out they die before you even find out their name.
That's true, fam. Should have given us the name right there, fam.
Mm. But why do all these admirals just always every time you see them on the ship, they're just eating.
Yeah, I
They're just
mean,
all crouched. I'm getting tired of it,
something to
man. Do
do in
something original, man.
it. It's something to do in it.
Stop eating crackers. You got Fujitora eating these noodles. Like, do something original, man. Have him. I don't know. I was about to say something mad, but let me not say it.
You don't want to get cancelled.
I was about to say something mad, but yeah, this is where he refers to Grandpa Punk.
Yeah, so it could be that they don't have a personal relationship and it's just
It's just a
out
respect.
of respect, a respect thing. Yeah,
Mm.
but I wish it was more personal. So just so I can see what is Kizaru willing. How far is Kizaru willing to
Because we don't
go
know too much about Kizaru.
for
He
the
does.
world
There's not
government?
much to
Yeah.
his character from
Yeah, he's very
so far.
unclear, which is he's very unclear. His motivations are very unclear. We know that Akainu's motivation
Yeah, there's
based
more
on
of
his justice. It's like he's a
Akiyunu.
full on
There's a character there. Fujitora, even Fujitora, they
there's a
have
there's a
actual
character there.
characters.
Yeah.
Kizaru right now is very. Um, you can
His
only really look at
motivations are unclear.
yeah,
So his
very
motivations
face.
are unclear.
What you
Which
see
is
is kind of what you get.
interesting. Yeah, yeah. But yeah, I mean by the looks of it, what you see is what you get, but hopefully there's more to him
Hopefully, yeah.
than that. Do you know what I mean? Hopefully there's more to him than that. He's quite unclear, like his motivations are unclear. And usually characters like these are more interesting, and then you find out later um that they had this sort of hidden motive, sort of this dark, sinister
What
motive,
about
and
this?
then
Do you think
come out.
every character should have a deeper character, or do you think some characters should just be what you see is what you get?
Characters that should be what you see, what you get are
Yeah.
characters that don't affect the plot in
Mm.
any shape, in any way or shape.
Do you think Kizaru
Um,
affects the plot enough that
yeah, he's an admiral, and all admirals tend to have a level of justice. So it's characters like the admirals that should actually have
what's his justice called
deeper
again? What's
motivation.
his
I think it's lazy
is he
justice.
justice? What's
No,
Kizaru's
no, that's
justice?
Aokiji.
I mean, yeah, what's
Kizaru's
Aoki's
one's unclear. I think um Kizaru's one is unclear justice, I think. And then Aokiji's one is lazy justice.
I was gonna Google it,
So,
but I can't bother.
yeah, it's just one of those. But yeah. So I'm more actually interested in to find out more about Kizaru. I mean, I wish that he's more sinister or there's more to him than this. But maybe not. We might get a small backstory with him, but yeah.
There's a little panel of I'm assuming that's Vegapunk, that's Sentomaru, and that's Kizaru, I'm assuming, in the middle. So it looks like
Yeah.
he's Vegapunk has known these guys from when they were very young.
Mhm.
Anyway, um, yeah,
Yeah, I think this panel alone already tells us a little bit about
a little
Kizaru.
bit, yeah.
Yeah, it tells us a little bit about Kizaru. He's pretty much willing to go. He's pretty much willing to kill the people that he knows for the sake of the world government.
Yeah,
So that pretty much tells us
that's something. Yeah, that's a bit
which
of
what
development.
side he's fighting for. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
Clearly, he believes in what. the world government are doing. So that already puts him on the enemies list. That already puts him on the side of evil, pretty much.
Mm,
So I'm expecting him to be one of the last villains in the final war. That's for sure. Um, I don't think he's. I don't think he'll be switching sides no matter what.
mm.
Um, he's. I don't think his justice is unclear anymore. We already know where he stands. This pretty much
Especially if
tells us where
he
he stands.
refers to himself as being a cog in the machine. So it's almost like
Yeah.
he's trying to say, look, I'm not trying to fight. I'm not trying to fight it. I'm not trying to fight the system. I'm just a
Mm,
part of it. It's gonna happen
mm.
regardless if I'm there or not. So I'm gonna just do it.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. He's not trying to fight the system. You know what I mean?
Yeah. To
He's a
be
part
fair
of the
to
system.
Aoki, to not Aoki, to Kuzan, there's been times he's sounded something. He sounded similar to what to Kizaru said. He said
Mm,
similar to that. Um, but of course, there's more to Kuzan than meets the eye, and we still don't really know. So hopefully, it's the same for Kizaru.
yeah, yeah. But yeah, it's pretty interesting. Yeah. Um, the difference between him and our Akainu is I don't think Kizaru doesn't seem to ask to question anything,
Yeah,
whilst Akayuni would obviously question. He will still do what needs to be done, but he will definitely question it. I mean, question the authorities like the world governments.
yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah. So pretty much, Kizaru is pretty much telling us where his allegiance lies, isn't it? So now we know his justice ain't really unclear,
mm,
is it? Or maybe it is. Maybe we'll find out later on. Maybe he's not a cog in the machine. You know what I mean?
yeah. So SJ Garcia reading
Man, like
news
shit.
article that Morgan's is printed, which I don't like. I said, it's about the you don't know when what is going on now or before
Mm.
because what's he reading?
He's reading the newspaper, isn't
Yeah, but
it? It's right there. The Straw Hat Pirates have go up, have stormed Egged to take Vegapunk hostage. That's what he's reading.
it's
So you
happening
see,
right now though.
uh,
It's happening right now though.
no, but this has already like this is. Oh, I see what you're saying,
You see
but
what I'm saying? Like
no, but pretty
you
much
know when
no.
they got to Egghead to where the Straw Hats are right now, where they've basically captured York. It should have only been like 1 hour at the very most.
Mm.
Like in from the beginning of Egghead to now, in real time, it should only be an hour or so. How is
Yeah,
the
but it's
newspaper
already
articles
nah.
already?
It's pretty much yeah. It's pretty much like it's already happened because they've been outside. They've been outside Egged for quite a while now. I don't know how long it's been, but enough.
It's less
You
than an hour.
basically have to assume they've been there long enough for Morgan to have gotten this intel and
Nah,
printing it
man,
out. You
this
know what I
is
mean?
bullshit.
Now you've got to assume, innit? But look at me, I'm even back in One Piece. Usually I'll be like, yeah, this is BS. But you know what I mean? Like you
This
got to be
is
reasonable.
this is dumb. I don't know what's going.
Yeah,
Anyway, whatever, man. It's not a big deal. But
yeah. But this is important to me, though. Keep going. Hopefully we can draw a conclusion based on yeah. Keep going. 5 hours planet
SJ,
film. Jay Gosh or Saturn. I can't lie, the names are shit. I mean, like Saturn and
I think it's a
Pluto and
cool name.
whatever the names. Now Jay Garcia is, but like the Saturn
Yeah,
naming them
yeah,
on
yeah. It's
planet,
dead. It's dead.
I'm not feeling it, fam. It's dead.
Do you think this is important? This part here.
Mhm.
What part is important? Though what he's saying, or
Yeah, no. Keep going. Yeah, no,
keep
yeah.
it going
There's
down?
more after. Yeah, slow down. So yeah. So I wonder how. Yeah, just keep going. I wonder how they like sort of deactivate the Seraphins. By the way,
They
but
haven't, have they?
no, well, they're not. Well, at the end,
I
well,
think
we can obviously
SJ
see the
has
show.
higher authority than anyone else.
Yeah, but SJ isn't
He's
at
not around.
Egged
Yeah.
yet to actually do anything.
But by the way, they've come to the conclusion about all of this stuff just based off one or two like pieces of intel.
Who? The world government?
Yeah, the vice admirals and SJ, they've come to the conclusion that Cypher Pole have been captured or defeated, and the Straw Hats are fine, and the, that's a lot of assumptions.
Yeah, pretty much. It could. It's pretty probably coming from York before she was captured.
But York hasn't said anything. Like even at the end,
Yeah, but I think they're
she hasn't
making
said like
assumptions themselves. I think they're making assumptions themselves. Because they keep saying, but it seems like so.
because
Then it's not fully confirmed.
what did he say here? So, however, we can draw our own conclusions based off Sentomaru's resistance. So, based on
Yeah,
Sentomaru's resistance, they've come and said all of this.
yeah. So pretty much, because Sentomaru was talking to Kizaru, and they've been
Mm,
talking, so it could all pretty much be coming from Sentomaru. But obviously, it's all apparent stuff. Not
yeah.
nothing has been confirmed. That's why.
Want to stop her?
Yeah, keep going. Yeah, so they have no way of knowing what's actually transpired. Yeah, so it's pretty much all assumption. But then they have Sentomaru there. Sentomaru can literally tell them everything.
Mm,
Do you know what I mean? They can tell them the show had to hear blah blah blah, which they already know, and this is what's happened. Blah. But I don't think she's gonna. I mean, it seems like they pretty much already
Sentomaru's
know
a
that
man.
Sentomaru has betrayed them.
Sentomaru's a man.
Go up, go up, go up, go up, go up. Yeah, so this is one of my annoyance. Maybe you can enlighten me here. So he goes, and where have the researchers and workers of Eged gone? They evacuated yesterday, but we have tracked and confirmed the current positions of their ships. And what would we do if they got away? They might know something. Sink them immediately. So this guy wants to sink a few researchers and workers from the Eged,
Mm.
um, which is fair enough. Oh, scary, big bad. All right, go down now. Like, which makes sense, right? They might have info. They
Yeah,
might have info or whatever. So which makes sense. Big bad scary guy. You know what I mean?
yeah.
But then in the very next panel, this Vice Admiral Don tells them, we also have
I
Bonnie.
think I know where you're gonna get to. Go on,
We
Karen.
also have Bonnie on the island. And then he goes, oh, Kuma's daughter, we no longer have any use for her. But given that she is just a little girl, you can leave her be. Well, I'm confused.
Yeah, yeah, that's a bit confusing.
Yeah, like, wait, hold on. But it's like Bonnie is with Vegapunk. The researchers were with Vegapunk. They've gone out. You want to sink them, but you don't. You want to leave
Exactly.
Bonnie
You've come
alone.
to the
When
conclusion that Bonnie is
you
with
come
the
to
Straw Hats as well.
yeah, and then
Why would you just leave
you've
her?
come to the conclusion that she's not worth actually being taken down along with the Straw Hats. It's like, wait, hold on. The researchers and all of that you've just decided to sink,
Yeah,
they may have not have said anything. Do you know what I mean?
yeah,
But Bonnie now, just the very person who has the potential to know everything, and which she does because she now knows what's inside Kuma's head, and she's now with Vegapunk. You want to leave because she's a little girl. Obviously, if you have the balls and you're bad enough to destroy O'Hara, a place that was full of kids. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? And you also want to sink researchers. Then what's so difficult about sinking a little girl? Do you
yep.
understand what I'm saying?
I
So it
understand.
makes no sense. I'm sorry, it
Yeah,
makes
that's
no
true.
sense. It looks like it's very convenient. You're leaving out Bonnie when she's clearly going to play a major impact in the story. Do you see what I'm saying? It's like, how can you say clearly you're meant to take her out alongside the Straw Hats? Do you see what I mean? So I could be wrong, and this is why if Dara was here, he may have enlightened me and said, "Oh, it's not that deep."
It is that deep.
Do you know what I mean? It is
Like,
that deep
like
because
it's something that people
it's
probably
actually Bonnie, because it's actually Bonnie who's actually gonna cause you guys problems, not
exactly
even the
people. Did you
researchers.
not remember what she was doing up here in Mary Joe's? Like, do these people not
I
like? I
lie.
don't know if they knew
So
what she was doing, but she
she pretty much I'm sure she pretty much already knows the secrets of the world government.
Exactly.
Do you know what I mean? Just because she's a little girl doesn't mean she won't speak.
Like she's Kuma's daughter, and you're just gonna leave her alone
You're gonna
on
leave her
egghead
alone.
with the rest of these perpetrators.
I lie. She should be your number one target
If
alongside the
anything, because you know
short.
what I'm saying.
Do you know what I mean? So yeah, nah, it makes no sense. I'm sorry.
Nah, it's true.
Yeah, the Marines have always been dumb. The most incompetent organization is the Marines, fam. The world government, fam. The world government and the Marines. A lot of them are so incompetent. In fact, anybody that comes up against the straw hats, they become incompetent. So I think it's a straw hat effect. You know what I
That's
mean?
what happens with the main characters. I mean,
Yeah, yeah,
like
yeah.
the main characters, like when you're facing off against the main characters, this thing, though the villains will be so efficient before they get to the main characters, and now you're
Yeah,
sputtering.
yeah.
Like when you were fighting all these fodder guys, you were it was so efficient, and that's why
Mm.
we rated you. But now it comes to the main character, it's just not as smooth sailing. It's just like,
It's not,
what's going
it's
on?
not, which fair enough, but you've got to make it
Make it
you've
believable, man.
got to be believable. It's got to be real. But
You're
and
telling
then
me
and
that you took over the world, but this 10-year-old boy has now foiled your plans.
you're telling me, you're telling me if Kaido was in Egghead Island, you're telling me he wouldn't have gotten rid of the Seraphins with one strike of his advanced conqueror's haki. And you say, and you know what I mean?
And Luffy's
You're
out here
telling me,
just
oh,
struggling.
really? Huh?
Luffy's out here just struggling. Come on, man.
And Luffy's out here struggling without using ACOC. Get out of here, fam. This is why when I'm reading One Piece these days, I'm
I,
literally
I
just
hear what you're
rolling
saying
down.
because you use that example when it comes to Big Mom. How come she never
Yeah,
used the
exactly.
ACOC once?
Yeah, I mean, Daryl keeps saying it's not that deep, but yeah,
It
it
is.
is
It should be.
very deep. It's very deep because then now I can't gauge how actually strong Kid and Law are.
Mm.
If Big Mom's strongest
It
attack,
seems like she doesn't rely too much on her haki, but that's
no,
the
no, no,
problem
no,
in
that's not.
writing
Yeah, that's yeah. So
because
the
she's a
problem
yonko
isn't
for a
with Big
reason.
Mom. Yeah, the reason isn't the problem isn't with Big Mom is.
It's the writing
Do you know what I mean? So it's just
because you're thinking
inconsistent.
like let's say this is the end of a series for any type of series, an anime, whatever, and the main villain doesn't use his strongest attack. You're thinking, why would you not use your strongest attack against your greatest
Exactly,
rival, against someone who's trying to foil
exactly.
your plans?
So where's the believability? Like, where
Yeah.
is? Do you know what I
At
mean?
least
It's
make it
all
seem like
thrown out of the
okay,
water.
she's used her strongest attack
Yeah,
and they've managed to overcome it in whatever way. But you just leaving it out, you're thinking you're
mm,
waiting for this to happen. You're waiting for her to now use one of
yeah,
her many moves,
yeah,
but you
yeah.
haven't.
Exactly. But you haven't. So how am I supposed to believe that Kid and Law are actually as strong as
If
they
you now say
seem to be?
if you now have given her ACOC and then I can't remember if like correct me if I'm wrong, but Big Mom comes up in Kaido's head when he's describing like the strongest people, the people who can
Mm.
actually use ACOC. Did she actually come up? Did she come up?
She didn't come up. No, she
She
didn't
didn't
come up.
come up. Okay,
Yeah,
that's
but that top five of Kaido wasn't the people that can use ACOC. It was just literally the people who are formidable to him.
okay.
Um, yeah, yeah, yeah. It was the list of
That,
people
that
who are.
that helps up Oda a little bit. Okay, because I was gonna say if
Yeah,
it
yeah,
did come up and she never used it, then that's a
yeah,
problem.
yeah. But she never. But the thing is, she never used. At least give us a reason why she couldn't use it. Maybe tell us his mental health, like how these men think.
Yeah,
The reason why Kaido doesn't have awakening.
yeah, yeah. The
Why is
awakening
it
with
showing?
Kaido,
Because he has
I
mental health.
remember the awakening.
I'm so done, fam.
It's
Rotted, fam.
like
These mans have brought
we
mental
don't
health into
know
the
if Kaido
manga,
was
fam.
using awakening or if he doesn't have awake. Like
It wasn't.
we
It
just don't
wasn't
know.
implied or anything so annoying. You get what I mean? So yeah, yeah. How did we get to this? How did we get here? Anyway, yeah.
Uh,
Kizaru's so dumb, fam.
you can listen in room of authority. So this is where York,
The room, or more like the room of incompetence, about the room of authority,
the
the
room
room
of
of
authority.
stupidity, dumbness, and incompetence. Damn, they just sit
Why
there.
the heck are you trying to kill me too? even after all of this, she's still saying, "Yeah, you're still gonna make me." Come on, man. Like, please, man. Like, it's just so dumb to me. Like, I
You're
know
too old for this,
she's come across as a young girl and
fam.
she's gluttony, but it's just dumb. Come on, like, please. I'm tired of this type of stuff. It's just dumb.
Yeah, you're catching up. You're catching up.
I don't want to be on your level, be a hater, man, but it's dumb.
I'm not a hater,
It's not a
fam.
big thing, but it's a big thing to me. It's just irking me. Like, it's stupid.
That's how I feel, fam.
Yeah, you're gonna make me a celestial
I'm
drug.
not a
You know what?
hater, fam.
I bet if she said this to any civilian on the roadside, they're looking at her like, "What are you talking about?" I went out my way to tell you about the Stella's betrayal. Okay. Yeah, the Stella's betrayal. You did. And then look,
Come on, she should have been smart enough to know that they were gonna backstab her. Come on.
exactly. They're even talking what you did do that, but then again, you're just a Vegapunk just as much as he is.
Yeah, I mean, right now they have no use for her anymore. It seems like. Well, that's seemingly, and then again they're asking her about. Wait, it's a bit confusing. You did do that, but then again, you are Vegapunk just as much as he is. So it's like they're saying, yeah, but then again, we're still gonna have to get rid of you
Yeah, because
because.
you're still a Vegapunk at the end of the
But
day.
then, but then on the next panel, on the next shot, I mean, if you keep going down, obviously they're gonna then try to find out whether
Her what she's
she
saying
can
here.
use Mother Flame.
If I had any
That's what I'm
interest in the Voice Century, why would I blab about it? Makes no sense. And they're saying that's true.
saying.
What kind of stupid dialogue is this?
Yeah.
Like, even as I was reading, I'm not even a hater like you. I was reading it and I'm thinking, let me not say too much, man. Like, it's actually boiling my blood, and it's not even a big thing.
Did CPO pay you a visit? I mean, did they send CPO to take care of her as well, or what?
In any case, you've done well to survive this long. Didn't CPO CP0? Why am I saying CPO? It's the Star
Yeah,
Wars.
CPO.
Um, pay you a visit, and what happened? So they've even said we sent CP0 to get rid of you. You're still alive. You've
Yeah,
done
but
well.
that's the thing. We don't know if they sent CP0 to get rid of her. It just says
But they
that
got
did
rid of.
CPO pay
They
you a
sent
visit?
CP0 to get rid of the Vegapunks, and she's a Vegapunk.
Ah, yeah, yeah, no, yeah, you're right. Yeah, they did send.
So it's
Did
almost
they
like they're
did they
saying
send them to get rid of all of them, or
all of them,
just Stella? All of them,
all of
right?
them.
Because they did say before that you're still a Vegapunk.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're still a Vegapunk. Like, we sent these men to off you to end your life. You've managed to stay alive, so well done. But we still like,
Mm.
why are you still here?
Well, watch what they do. Watch what they do afterward. They still try to ask her about. They still. It was funny. Um, after telling her like, well, yeah, we did send CPO to off you because at the end of the day, you still wanted the Vegapunk. They're still trying to bargain with her
It's
regarding the Mother Flame. Uh,
yeah. Like, what's
regarding the Mother Flame
yeah, by the way,
because
what is this mother?
she ended up being alive, but it's a trickery. What happens here?
What is this mother flame they're talking about?
Mother Flame is that weapon that they used on Lulusia.
That's the mother flame. Are you sure?
I think that's what. Yeah, I think. I mean, it's either that's the source of the weapon that they
Oh, the
use, or
power of the weapon.
the power. Yeah, it's probably the power source of the weapon. Yeah,
Interesting. It's, yeah. Oh my god.
yeah. Go up, go up, go up, go up.
Oh,
It's this part that's important here. As a matter of fact, we've had a change of heart on that matter. Like obviously, she can't be dumb enough to know that she shouldn't actually believe this
hmm.
change of heart. No, no, no. Am I right in thinking that you're capable of replicating the mother flame alone? Um, I mean, it is still pretty confusing. I can understand everything before this panel. I understand, basically they've tricked her, right? They've tricked her, and all of that stuff. They were just using that pretty much, so that's
Yeah.
understandable. But then here again, but the fact what I don't understand is they were planning to off her, but it didn't work, and now they're asking her. if she's capable of replicating the mother flame.
Mm.
It's like, wouldn't shouldn't you have asked that before? No, am I wrong to assume that maybe they should have asked her that before?
Maybe it's just occurred to them, but it's easier to find, like, if we know what the mother flame is, it's a bit easier to kind of say.
Yeah, the mother flame may be the weapon, or
It's
the
in-
power source
yeah,
for
it's
the weapon.
exactly. It's something to do with the weapon. Yeah. Anyway, yeah. So you're right about that. Yeah, that's something they should have. Is this incompetence? I don't know. Maybe because you should probably ask a question like this first before you decide to kill them. No,
Yeah, yeah. I mean,
but yeah.
the fact that they're asking, it means that they have no means. So they were. It looks like they were caught in a conundrum here. They were a
Hmm.
bit in a dilemma here. Um, it seemed as if maybe because they clearly wanted to kill off Vegapunk. That means they didn't they no longer had any use for them. So that means possibly they had the means of replicating Mother Flames themselves. Maybe if they had their hands on Mother Flame or a certain device. Do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
Oh shit! Have I lost my point? My thoughts. So the way I see it is either they already had means of either replicating the mother flame already. That's the reason why they were fine with killing off Vegapunk. But right now, it seems as if they don't have the means of replicating mother flame. That's why they're asking York. Do you get what I'm saying?
Mm.
So I'm a bit confused here, and I'm not quite sure of their game plan because from this statement alone, it looks like they don't have the means of replicating Mother Flame without a Vegapunk. But yet at the same time, they were trying to kill all the Vegapunks. Or maybe, or has it occurred to them that the Mother Flame seems to be something that uses up a lot of energy or power, and it's something that has just occurred to them now? Is it something that they've realized that, wait, hold on, once we use Mother Flame, um, we need to sort of recharge it. So the only way that it would make sense is if this is the first time they've used it in a while, or this is the first time that they've ever used it, and they didn't know that the energy or the power would run out. Because that's the only way that I could understand, it, or else it wouldn't make sense. It
Yeah.
wouldn't make sense. I mean, they should have known because Vegapunk was creating this weapon for them. When you think about it, Vegapunk was
Yeah.
created Mother Flame for them, so they should have known already the workings, how Mother Flame works, whether whether you need to recharge it or whatever. Do you know what I mean? They should have known already the mechanics of how it works. How many times can you use it? How much power does it can you how much power does it take to use it, and do you need to recharge it? How do we recharge it? They should have already known about these things before killing off Vegapunk. Do you
Yeah.
get what I'm trying to say? They should have already had the means of replicating this device, Mother Flame, before actually killing off Vegapunk. Do you get what I mean?
Vegapunk.
And the fact that they're asking if he also has means of replicating the Mother Flame can only suggest that they don't have the means of replicating.
Yeah.
Duh. Do you know what I mean? So why were you trying to kill them off in the first place? And now it seems like you're trying to bargain with one of the Vegapunks that you were trying to kill off,
Yeah. Okay.
which doesn't make sense.
Because we've looked at this very deeply. So, but like, if you just glance over it, there's no problem. But because we're actually analyzing it, there's actually a problem to what they're trying to do. Like
Yeah,
it doesn't seem that it's you didn't think this out properly. That this is a bit erratic of you to now go kill all these people.
yeah, yeah. To go kill all of them. Their biggest asset was definitely York.
Yeah.
As far as I'm concerned, they should be trying to save York.
Yeah.
Like, as far as I'm concerned, York was a valuable asset to them. The fact
Yeah.
that she was willing to snitch, the fact that she was willing to snitch.
And she could still take on. I don't know how smart she is and what her specialty is, but she's a Vegapunk. She's still going to be useful. She's going to have. I think she's still going to have the knowledge of the other Vegapunks to a certain degree. I can't remember on how the Stellars work exactly. So
Mm,
you get rid of all of the Vegapunks and you basically keep, apart from York, and you get to keep her on as your own personal scientist and stuff.
mm,
And like it just works out for you. But because they've
mm,
hinted that they're trying to kill her,
yeah,
like you didn't think this out properly, did you? Like, do you even
nah,
really know what you're doing? I know they're
nah,
doing they're researching some things that are forbidden, but do you know what it means to kill off a Vegapunk, really?
a lie. Gee, yeah, a lie. You know what I mean? It also, I feel like I don't know, but the whatever happened during the Void Century must have been so bad that you're willing to actually kill. I think this is the same question that CPO Lucci posed. Like, what they were researching about the Void Century was must have been so bad that you're willing to kill probably your probably one of your most valuable assets next to the admirals and the fleet admiral.
Yeah.
When you think about it, it's the admirals, the admirals, the fleet admirals, then Vegapunk, and you're willing to not just kill one, you're willing to kill all the Vegapunks. I mean, wow. Do you know what I mean? Wow.
Mm, let's move on. Um, request.
Wait. Will you look at that? So you do want something from me. I'm glad I sent it. What did she send?
Oh will. Oh will you look at it? I cannot read. So you do want something from me? I'm glad I sent it. I'm
So what?
assuming she sent in the information, the snitching. I'm assuming that's what she's referring to. Hold on, is it?
I don't know. I'm not sure. I
Indeed,
don't
this
think
is a
so.
special request we're acting on. A request from whom, either way, if that's what you want. Power station, I need to make it. I have no idea what these men are saying.
Either way, if that's what you want, the power station or the fusion reactor, I need to replicate to make the mother flame is there in Egghead Island. So what is it that she's? I'm glad that I sent. If you just go up a little bit, maybe you might get context. These lot, they had a change of heart. These guys, I actually don't know them. And am I right in thinking that you are capable of replicating the mother flame alone? And then she goes, "Oh, blah blah blah. I'm glad I sent it."
Right now, I cannot be bothered to speculate.
Yeah. Neither do I.
Stupid celestial dragon.
But they should have known this though. Like they should have known. Like I don't know. They should have known. Like the way I see it, they should have known the mechanics of Mother Flame and how it works and whether it needs to be recharged or not. They should have known that from Vegapunk.
Mm,
Um, and number two, um, since they already had York, someone who decided to actually tell them the truth, they could have kept her as a valuable asset in order to help them replicate the Mother Flame.
yeah,
But then they wanted to kill her right then and there, and it was literally just on that panel that they had a change of mind, only because maybe because they didn't know that she can replicate. Or now I see it's because they didn't know that she can replicate the Mother Flame, and they're just finding out now that she can replicate it.
I think you're right about
So
that.
that's
I
why
think you're right.
that's why they're probably like, yeah, that's why they were like, okay, well, yeah, we can. That's why they've had a change of mind because at first, I'm guessing that at first they didn't know that she can replicate it. Now they they do know that she can replicate it, so they're planning to keep her alive. I mean, I feel like it's one of those information that they should have known either way. I think, like, you know what I mean?
I hear
And I
it.
feel like it was just
Or
kept.
at the very least,
It was
you